One sunny afternoon, Peppa's family decided to take a trip to the funfair. The air was filled with laughter as they entered the gates full of colorful rides and lively music. Peppa's eyes sparkled with excitement.
Wow.
So many fun rides, she squealed, bouncing on her toes. George, her little brother, pointed eagerly. Dinosaur, he exclaimed, spotting a dinosaur-themed ride in the distance. Daddy Pig chuckled. Let's explore the Funhouse, he suggested, hoping for a mix of fun and mystery. Mommy Pig smiled. I hope it's not too spooky, she said playfully. As they entered the funhouse, Peppa clutched George's hand as the darkness wrapped around them. It's dark in here, she whispered. George pulled closer. Spooky, he whispered back. Mommy Pig tried to soothe them. Look at the mirrors, she suggested as their reflections danced. Peppa gasped as she looked at the first mirror. Oh, my legs are so long, she exclaimed, her reflection showing her with extra long, wobbly legs. George giggled. Silly Peppa, he said, pointing at her reflection. Daddy Pig laughed. Let's see what's next, as they moved on to another mirror. This one reflected George with a tiny head. George's eyes went wide. Tiny head, he gasped. Peppa burst into laughter. You look funny, George, she teased. Daddy Pig quipped. You look like a pea, prompting even more giggles as Mommy Pig stepped up to the next mirror. Oh my, I'm all wobbly, Mommy Pig laughed, seeing her reflection in a squiggly shape. Peppa beamed. You're a jelly, Mommy, while George added, wobble wobble. Daddy Pig rubbed his own belly, ready for his turn. Oh dear, I look even rounder, he said with a chuckle. The mirror showed him with a gigantic belly. Peppa giggled. You're a big ball. And George bounced around giggling. Boing boing. With laughter still lingering, they continued deeper into the funhouse, soon entering a maze of mirrors. So many Peppas, she exclaimed as reflections multiplied. George spun around. Which way is real? He wondered aloud. Daddy Pig pointed one way. Let's be careful not to get lost. And Mommy Pig called out, follow my voice, guiding them through twists and turns. Suddenly, Peppa stopped at another mirror, a spooky one that played tricks. It made her face vanish. Oh, I have no face, she squeaked. George gasped, Ghost Peppa, but Daddy Pig reassured them. It's just a trick, Peppa, as they continued toward the exit. Echoes bounced around them like distant footsteps. Peppa froze. What was that? She asked with wide eyes. George nervously whispered, boo, before giggling. Daddy Pig realized, it's just echoes, and suggested, let's hold hands and walk together. In another part of the labyrinth, they encountered more funny mirrors showing them as wiggly worms, invisible figures, and even giving George the appearance of a giant. Soon, they found themselves in a spinning mirrored room. Peppa twirled. Everything is twirling, and George spun with delight. But Daddy Pig, feeling a bit dizzy, cautioned. Hold onto the rail. With new energy, they faced a monster mirror that turned them into monstrous versions with giggles bubbling up. As the funhouse adventure wound down, they walked toward the exit, Peppa declaring, that was so much fun, while George yawned, tired. On the way out, they rewarded their bravery with ice cream, slurping happily under the warm sun. As evening painted the sky with stars, Peppa and George sat in the car. They snuggled against their seatbelts. Peppa sleepily murmured, good night, funny mirrors, and George, nearly asleep, repeated, funny. The day ended as a success, full of laughter and memories of mirrors that bent reality in the most entertaining ways. At home, tucked in bed with warm blankets,